A directive is just a function that executes whenever the Angular compiler finds it in the DOM. What do I mean by directive is a function? Let's explain this definition. There are three types of directives. The first one is structural directives, and the second type is attribute directives, and the third type is components. So Angular component is also a directive, but it provides a template. So that is the difference between component and directive. What are structural directives? Structural directives change the DOM layout by adding or removing the DOM elements. Let's say ng-for is a perfect use case for structural directives. Here we have array of heroes, and I'm going to iterate all the array of heroes, and I'm going to iterate all the heroes, and I'm going to log or print the hero name of the hero. And the ngIf is also a perfect use case of structural directives. Remember that if you see the documentation, if you see the definition, structural directives change the DOM layout by adding or removing the DOM elements. Here ng-for will add the DOM elements. So what are attribute directives? Attribute directives change the appearance or behavior of an element. So let's say we have attribute directive. ng model is a perfect use case for attribute directive because we are changing the behavior of the DOM element. If you update anything, like say if you update the name of the hero, let's say John Smith, it will update the behavior. So ng style is also a perfect use case. So here we are updating the appearance of this DOM element. If you check the definition, attribute directive change the appearance. So we are changing the appearance of the div by applying the ng style. You can also add style in this format, style.font size. It will add the style only based on your condition, is special, x large, stuff like that. Let's give a shot. I'm going to implement these structural directives. It will add or remove the DOM elements. So let's implement the ng-for. So first of all, we must have an array. I'm gonna create a new heroes array. Heroes. Let's create the ID of the heroes or name. Let's say I'm gonna create the first hero, Jane. And let me add another hero. ID is 2. Name is Smith. Let's say. Oops, I forgot to add the bracket. It should be heroes. So now we need to use the ng-for directive, structural directive. I'm gonna add the DOM elements. So li, the format is ng-for. Oops, ng-for. Here I need to use the let hero. I'm going to iterate all the heroes of heroes. Heroes. Now we need to use the hero.name. I would like to display the name of the hero. Let's give a shot. Bam! If we have Jane Smith. Did you see that? So this is the structural directive. ngIf is also an example of structural directive. Let's add the attribute directive. It will update the appearance. So I'm gonna add the div here. So ng styles. Let's say I'm gonna add a property current styles. I did not create this object here, so we need to create this object, current styles. It should be object. Let's say I'm gonna add a font weight. Font weight is bold. So we need to render the text here. Hello world. I need to save this file. Cool. You will see the hello world in bold format.